What's going on YouTube? Mike here again, another product comparison video. This time I'm going to show you the difference between a $100 clutch versus a $2,000 clutch. So over my right shoulder, you're going to see 3 clutches laid out. Let me show you the difference between them all. Alright guys, now we're going to go through each and every clutch to kind of show you the differences between a $100 clutch versus a $2,000 clutch. Hopefully off the bat you're going to realize which one costs the most, which is that one over there. This is going to be the most, this is going to be actually the least expensive at around $150, $160. This is an Exedy Clutch. They're OEM manufacturer of clutches for Honda and Acura and other car companies as well. Okay. Now with this one, what you're going to receive is reliability and also comfort. Okay, this one's not going to be designed to hold that much power. It's designed to be quiet, comfortable for the day-to-day driver. It's not designed. They're not over-engineered to handle as much horsepower as you can throw in it. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to compare these two clutch discs. This one is a $150 ones. This is going to be in the realm of about $300 to $400. Right off the bat, you're going to realize that this stock OEM replacement clutch, the design of it is, they're engineered for a certain amount of torque. If you compare the two and you just look very closely, you're going to realize that these rivets that are used, the aftermarket one has a thicker, beefier rivets. Also, if you right off the bat a visual inspection, you're going to realize that if you look at the diaphragm here versus here, you're going to realize that this one's a lot shorter, but also that they're reinforced with rivets as well. If you look over here, they're reinforced. If you look over here, there is no rivets. It's held on actually with, if you look on the underside, it's actually held on by these little clamps. They're like little C clamps that are folded in. Okay, so both of these clutches are based off the stock design. This one is just a reinforced stock pressure plate, and you can see that they're engineered to have a lot more clamping force. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the clutch disc. Alright guys, right now we're going to compare these two clutch disc materials. This is an OEM quality one. This is a stage 2 clutch material. So right off the bat, upon visual inspections, you're going to realize that there's a difference in the disc as far as build quality. You're going to find that even though this one's of high quality, there's only 4 rivets holding this together. This one has 6. This one has 4 dampening springs. This one has 6. You're also seeing the clutch disc material here. The rivets that are used. This one's a smaller, hollow rivet versus this is a solid, thicker rivet. So a lot more higher quality stuff in terms of building these two clutch discs. And as you look at the comparison of the clutch disc material, if I get a zoom in there, you're going to find that if you look closely at this one, there's a lot more metallic embedded into this disc material versus this one, a stock replacement. There is metallic in there, as you can see, it zooms in. There is metallic in here, but obviously the mixture or the ratio is a little bit different. This one is designed more for comfort, longevity, and not designed to hold big power, versus something like this one that's designed with more metallic material. It could hold a lot more torque. So the further stages you go, you're going to find that there is less organic material and more metallics into the disc. If you look at more high-end twin disc, it is almost straight metal. So metal to metal has a high clamping force, torque holding capacity, as you will. So you're going to find that the further you go, the less comfort you're going to see in the clutch disc. We're going to jump into right here. This is the next one we're going to check out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this one up so we can kind of see the inner workings of a $2,000 clutch. All right, guys, we're getting into the bad mamma jamma here. This is an Exedy. This is a carbon clutch. Okay, so it's actually a step versus the twin disc. This is when we went over to get a carbon clutch. Unfortunately, this is a single disc, but what I'm going to show you obviously is a difference between it. Right off the bat, what you're going to realize is that it comes with the flywheel. Okay, it comes with a special flywheel that can only be mated with this pressure plate. Okay, now if you can see right here, you're like, oh, it has blue. One other fun fact about this $2,000 clutch is that this whole pressure plate, disc material, and flywheel is completely balanced with each other. Okay, so with this, you're gonna have to, you see the marks right here? You're gonna have to reinstall this exactly the same way, or it's gonna be off balance. Okay, now off balance. So all of these are slightly off balance. Obviously, you can tell by certain materials are added in different areas for strength, or just how the clutch disc is made. But this is not balanced with your flywheel. This one is a completely balanced unit. That's where pricing increases. Okay, obviously this is machined very well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the cover, if I can get it. All right, remove the cover. And we're going to look at the clutch disc. So this is a carbon fiber clutch disc, and you kind of can see it right here, how thin it is, but also how light this thing is. This is more like probably less than a pound. Okay, so, and we're gonna look into the flywheel as well, how beautiful that is. It's machined. And if you look at this clutch disc material right here, you're gonna realize that how can obviously something so small hold that much power? How carbon is designed, and if you can kind of see in a lot of the F1 cars, or not even F1 cars, like Le Mans cars that run like carbon rotors and stuff like that, the more this heats up, the higher ability it is to hold more torque. Its holding capacity is increased while it heats up. So a problem is that if this is cold, what you're going to find is that the clutch will slip when it's on a warm, on a cold start. So this needs to actually be warmed up in order to, or be at operating temperature in order for it to hold what it's designed to hold. Okay. Now we're gonna go. Also, one other thing that adds to the cost of this, and what you're gonna find is that this whole thing is completely rebuildable. Okay. Every component can be dismantled, and these are race-only items. They'll only be used in like racing fields. But with the power and the increased horsepower that you get, you're going to find that a lot of this stuff is going to wear and tear. And its cost efficiency comes into the fact that things can be removed and replaced and be used over and over again. So that's why the expense of this is so astronomical compared, 20 times the stock equivalent. If you can see, it's obviously pretty, but it's machined, it's purpose built. Everything here is balanced, and it's designed to extract as much performance as you possibly can. Okay, so these are one of the cream of the crop clutches that are out there, and hopefully I gave you guys an insight of the differences, and it gives you an ability to choose wisely and not overspend on things that you don't need, or spend the money that you do need to get to where you're at. Okay, so my rule of thumb is, usually if you're going to stick with a stock motor and you're not going into the realms of 20 to 30% over your torque capacity of your stock engine, you're more than better off going with a stock clutch. If you're going to go for power range between double to triple your original torque rating, you can go with an aftermarket one. If you're going to go in the big boy area, you're going to go with one of these. This one is a single. If you're going to go in with, you know, I'm talking huge amount of torque, there is going to be a dual carbon clutch disc as well. With this one, the noise is not going to be as crazy because the material is made out of carbon and it doesn't, you know, there's not metal to metal contact. So this is actually a solution to the clutch chatter you're going to find in like twin disc setups or a super single where the clutch disc is made out of metal. Obviously this is more expensive, but this is the difference, guys. So this is another comparison video, and hope you enjoyed that. Please like and please subscribe. Please share this video just to give guys awareness about, you know, what to buy in the future, and or make a crucial decision when it comes to the build of your race car. Anyway, guys, please like, please subscribe. Until next video, I'm Mike. Take care. Peace out. Peace.